Good morning, welcome to the Corona Yoga Challenge. Today is day 15. Day 15 and congratulations if you have done if this is your 15th day of yoga. If you're just starting, fantastic as well. You can start here or you can go back to the beginning. Please check my website here. It's got all the information that you need about keeping safe during the class, contraindications, and also the quizzes, so you can just think about how you're doing and let me know about that. Quick note, the day 15 quiz will be going live later on today, and we're going to start this morning down here. So if you start by coming into all fours, so nice comfortable all fours position. We often start like this. It's a really good way to start to waken up the back easily. But today what we're going to do is you're just going to move around in a way that your back would like to. So I'm doing a sort of figure-eighty sort of cat thing where I'm moving my back around the middle of my ribcage around in a circle. And I'm also stretching into one side and then the other side. But what we're doing is we're just spending a little bit of time to focus on what feels good for you. And then you're going to press into one hand, send your hips over to the opposite side of your hips. Back to the centre, and then other side. So it's like a diagonal stretch. Coming back to the centre, to your first side again. To the centre and easing out to your second side. If you bring yourself back to all fours, you're going to stretch one leg out and away, so you get a really lovely stretch out through the back of that leg. And then come to the opposite side. So nice, steady, strong stretch through the back of the body. Well, the back of the leg anyway. Bringing yourself back to all fours. Tucking the toes under, you're going to slide your hips back towards your heels, press into your hands to lift up with your hips, make lots of space through the back of the body, gently sink your heels down towards the floor. Soften through the knees, bring them forwards down onto the ground and rest your head into child's pose. Breathe out, feel the body widen. And then if you bring yourself back and into all fours, we're going to have the option of doing a one-legged dog pose now. So that's just where we lift one up. So we start the same way. At any point, bring your feet back onto the floor. Hips slide back and then up. We lift up through the tailbone and then just float one leg out and back. Thinking about a connection between the lifted leg and your hands on the floor. Bring your foot back down and onto the ground. And then other side is just going to lengthen up and away. Get a nice feeling of steadiness between both hands, so the weight between both hands is even. Knee comes back down and onto the ground. Both knees come down and head settles down. Back of the body relaxes, shoulders soften, breathing comes back to neutral. So this might just take a moment for you. So allow your body to have its moment to rest. And then if you bring yourself back to all fours. So we're going to do a little bit where we start to focus on the movement of that back leg. So hips are going to move back and up. Your back foot might just float just off the floor. It might come a bit more. It might extend up. Whatever you do, think about extending up through that lifted foot and down through the hands on the floor. Bring your foot down and then opposite side. So really feel that sense of activity into the balls of the feet, into the toes, into the hands, breathing evenly. Foot comes back down to the floor, knees come back down to the floor and head rests down. Getting a nice feeling of breath in the back of your body. You're just going to allow yourself to rest there just for a moment. And then when you feel ready, if you begin to bring yourself back and into all fours. From all fours, you're going to walk your hands back and up your legs to bring yourself up to standing. And when you come to standing, if you just come to a space, so there's space around you, and you're going to bring your hands in towards your heart. So this movement can be bigger or smaller, really, really easy to adapt to a chair or a bed. Inhaling, the hands are going to come up. Exhaling, hands are coming out and down. Start to move with your own breathing pattern. So you're breathing evenly and smoothly for you. And you're allowing your hands and your arms to synchronize with that movement. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling, feeling you can press lightly into the balls of your feet to lift up in the diaphragm. Exhaling, softening into the back of your waist. Inhaling, finding that feeling of activity and active qualities. Exhaling, finding the passive, the quiet, the acceptance. And then one last time. And then your hands are going to come out and down to your sides. Let your shoulders have a little roll out. One shoulder and then the other shoulder. And then both shoulders together. And then from here we're going to come into a kneeling twist. So we're going to come back down to the floor. From here, it's so important that your body is happy with what you're doing. We're going to be doing it high up today. So either your toes can be tucked under or they can be flattened away. I'm going to tuck them under because I like the feeling of that little stretch into the arches of my feet. So from here you're going to take your hands wide, you're going to relax your shoulders down, and then you're just going to wrap one hand or both hands round your waist, and you're going to keep your hips nice and settled. Do take extra padding under your knees if you want, and then just gently ease yourself around towards the back. You're going to swap your hands over and then go the opposite direction. Steady through both knees. You're going to bring your hands out and come to your first side again. Out and round to your second. And then all the way back to the centre. We're going to do a little bit of breathing from here. So if you bring yourself to a comfortable position for you. So we're going to do a little bit of Ujjayi breathing. So Ujjayi breathing is that soft ocean breath out. So it starts with a feeling like you're trying to mist up a mirror. And then from there, we gently close the lips. So we do the same feeling in our throats and our mouths, but the lips closed. So ideally, it's just a really gentle, soothing breath. So you wouldn't really hear me doing it, or maybe it would be so subtle. I'm just going to do it really quietly a couple of times. I'm going to show you with my hands when I'm breathing out. But remember, your breath out might be longer, it might be shorter. It's what feels good for you. It's so important when you're doing this, you feel like, oh, this is lovely. And when you get that feeling, you're doing really, really good yoga. So here we go. And then let your breathing come back to neutral. Notice how it feels similar, how it feels different. My challenge for you today is to find or think of your favourite flower or find your favourite flower. And it could be you take a wee wander outside your garden or to some outdoor space and find a plant that you adore and love, or it might be that you need to Google it, and you can enjoy finding your favourite flower that way. But just take a little time to find a favourite flower for today and really enjoy having a look at it, whether it's a photo or the real thing. Just engage with that plant and how it's growing. And my quote for you today: you can't control the wind, but you can adjust the sails. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust the sails. I hope your day is peaceful, contented, and happy.